Great day, attractive thinker. Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Break. Give yourself a fighting chance. Dr. Toni Hatton here, your identity coach and get to the root specialist, supporting you with the mental tools necessary to create that change, transform your life for new and aspiring entrepreneurs, whatever it is that new thing it is that you want to do, be it write a book, start a business, move, transform your life, shift your identity. We're here to support you mentally with the tools that you need to make that happen and create that success that you desire for your life. Welcome my co-host Tichet Bradshaw to another episode of Beyond the Break. Give yourself a fighting chance.
Happy Mindset Monday, everybody. We are here another week full of power, full of wisdom and understanding and love and joy. Everything is at our fingertips. We got the whole world set before us. And as I always say, it is such a great day to be alive.
Yes, it is, attractive thinkers. Sit with that gratitude for today. It is a great day to be alive. Remember, it is not the same day or another day. It is a new day. I want you to click the like button and click the share button. Share this message because we have a special treat for you today. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you're notified every time we upload another video or we go live. And I just want to say hi to all the new attractive thinkers out there. We're so excited that you found us because we've been looking for you. Today, we're going to do something totally different, something so special. So I'm going to turn it over to the visual encourager, Tichet Bradshaw. Take it away, Tichet.
Yes, this is such a powerful day because we believe that we learned something to teach it. And today we want to share all the power that we've been receiving, all the wisdom that we've been receiving. So I have the privilege and the honor to interview the attractive thinker today. I have the privilege and the honor to show you guys what I've always seen in her and to begin to pull from her gems, pull from her journey, and to show you the fruit that continues to fall from her. And right now, Dr. Toni, I'm so thankful that you're allowing me to do this. I'm grateful that you're open and willing to share with the attractive thinkers your wisdom and your power. So the first question that I want to share with you is about vision, of course. You always say, I help you focus on it until you have to have the courage to focus on it until it manifests. And I want you to tell us, how do we focus when everything is coming at us? How do we maintain the focus in order to manifest?
You know, the essence of an attractive thinker, like you said, Tichet, is a person with vision who can see beyond what they're looking at. And then once they see that, they have the courage to focus on what they see until it manifests. Vision is so important because everything that we currently see was a thought in somebody's head. That's already created. Vision gives us the ability to see what has not been created yet. And we get to choose what we want to create for our lives. Now, when it comes down to focusing, it has to be a really strong why that you want to create this thing that you see in your vision, in your mind's eye. It has to be a stronger why than just, oh, gee, I want to create something, or, oh, gee, that looks cool. Let me create that. It has to come from a deep place, a place that has where your soul or spirit is anchored, because you're going to experience some turbulent waters while you're pursuing this particular thing that you desire to create, while you're focusing. Because if you think about it, Tichet, when we're looking at something, see, we don't just have a vision looking forward. We can see on the sidelines. We have peripheral vision as well. So we can see things that aren't in our focus, but we know that they're there. And I call them little distractions, and they come at us while we're pursuing our goals. And it's easy to get distracted on these bright, shiny objects if our focus is not clear and it's not anchored. For example, we might set a goal, and you know, a lot of my clients share this with me as well. They have this goal that they're working on, but they struggle with focus because every time you turn around, somebody's offering something new. Oh, this popped up. Oh, they're making a lot of money over here. Maybe I need to be looking into this. Or somebody offered me this, or somebody invited me out, or somebody, you know, asked me to be the leader over here, or run this meeting, or run them here or there, or do something that's totally out of focus, totally away from the goal that you have set for yourself. Distractions, and they happen to the best of us. You could be, you know, ready to sit down and write your book. You created the environment, you took care of your chores and other things that you had to do prior to that so that you could set aside this time to write your book, and then the doorbell rings, and then somebody sends you a message on your phone, or somebody needs you to do something, or you forgot a prior engagement that you had, and it just never crossed your mind. So these things happen. How do you keep your focus so that you can finish what you started? How do you stay focused on your goal? You've started your business, you started the legal work, the paperwork, and you have the plan and the business plan, and you know, you have a strategy for how you're going to make this happen. How do you focus on that in the midst of life, in the midst of all of the other duties that you have, the roles that you play? How do you stay focused? It's a mental thing. Everything is mental. You have to decide how important this is to you, number one, because just like a brand new baby coming home, nobody has to tell you to tend to that baby. I don't care if somebody's knocking on the door, or if the phone is ringing, or if you forgot an engagement or whatever. You don't neglect the baby. The baby is the first priority. So you have to treat your dream like a baby. It's a baby, and it needs constant care. It needs the first care of the day. It has its own set of needs in order for it to be birthed, to be born, you know, for you to get the result from it. So it takes first priority. And that's something you want to write down in your Attractive Thinker notebook. Whenever you decide to do something new, create some type of change in your life, transform your life, shift your identity, start a business, travel, change jobs, or, you know, write a book, or create a product, some type of invention, whatever that new thing is, it has to, everything else, it trumps everything else that's going on in your life. Everything else has to take a back. It has to, it's like moving you from the back, from the back of the line to the front of the line. Everything else has to take one step back, and this new priority, now this new idea takes priority in your life. And when you make that decision and you stick with it and you're serious about it and you mean it, nothing can distract you or shift your focus from it, because you've already decided and you understand how important this is. That's why you hear people say all of the time, write your why down. And I share that with my clients as well. Write it all out. Don't, a why is not just one sentence. You want to keep writing it until you feel your spirit and your energy in it, and it starts to move you, and you begin to speak out, and you say, yes, that's right. This is why I want this. This is why this is necessary. This is why I'm the only one that can create this. And you want to keep writing it out until you put your soul on paper, because you're going to need that. You're going to need to review that every single day in order to keep your focus. So I've just shared some tools with you, some strategies that you can use once you decide what you want to focus on, and how to lock in that focus until it manifests.
Absolutely. Awesome, awesome answer. Now, we know that when we get to the point of manifesting and we have that focus and that energy, a lot of times you might not see too many people. It will sift the people in your life. We have learned that, right?
Yeah.
Because you're breaking out of a normal dysfunction. You're breaking out of a normal life. And as the break the cycle specialist, you're teaching people how to break free from cycles that was keeping them bound.
Yeah.
So my next question is, when you get to the point of building, and you know you're a groundbreaker, you know you're a trailblazer, you know you're a pathfinder, and you are continual focus, you know the importance of focusing, you understand the manifestation.
Yeah.
But for some reason, when it comes to the people around you, your family, your friends, and they share with you how you don't fit in anymore. You don't allow yourself to be around the dysfunction anymore. Sometimes when you hear it enough and you don't have, let's say you don't have a lot of people who are speaking opposite, they're rooting for you. When you hear the people with dysfunction put words to those jealous feelings, sometimes they can bring guilt upon you and make you question your own ideas, your own vision, your own reason for manifestation. So what do you say to yourself, or what is your encouraging words that one needs to say to themselves in order for them not to carry on in that dysfunction and get over the guilt of not staying in that dysfunction?
Yes. So this is good. That's a great question because I encounter that a lot when I'm coaching, my clients into this new dream or idea that they have. What do you say to yourself? That was key right there, Tichet. You didn't say, what do you do or who do you talk to? You said, what do you say to yourself? See, this is a personal dream, a personal vision, a personal calling on your life to do this thing. And you have to talk to yourself. You have to confront yourself. You have to get yourself straight and in alignment. When you say, what do you say to yourself? This is one of the strongest things that I can ever say to myself when I feel discouraged, or I feel like I'm working on this project by myself, or I feel like it's taking so long, or I feel like I don't have the support that I want, that I need in my life. Nobody in my family or my current circle is going to complete my assignment but me. If I walk away, if I let it go, if I let everything hit the floor, it will be a dream that will be buried when I'm buried. It will die with me. I want you to understand that, attractive thinker. I think it was Dr. Miles Monroe who said the graveyard is the richest place on the earth because of the dreams that died with the people. I want you to think about that. That's why you got to get crystal clear as to why you want to create this, because there are some things about the dream that must be established and fortified in order for the dream to give birth, in order for you to birth the dream. Or it's easy for the dream to just blow away with the wind. Like a feather, it just blows away, it fades away in the wind because it didn't have the anchors. You didn't apply the supports that the dream needs. So when it comes down to family and friends, you have to have the proper perspective of family and friends when you have a calling on your life, when you're chosen to do something new and different, when you're chosen to carve a new generational path. You have to have the proper perspective of people. Everybody cannot help you. The vision was given to you, not them. So that you got to get crystal clear on that. If that's true, then they'll never be able to see it like you see it. Have you ever been outside in the park and you tried to show someone a bird in the tree or a kite that was stuck in the tree, and both of you are looking up and you're like, you see it right there, and you're pointing right there, and you actually have to move their head. No, turn your head. Okay, then move just a little bit. Do you see? They say, no, I don't see it. And you see it, but they don't see it. That's how it is with your dream. You can't force feed your dream to anybody. You can't make somebody see what they do not see. And that's what causes the strife, the frustration, the disappointment, the regret, the anger, the guilt, the shame, all of that, the breakdown in family structure, in relationships, because we're trying to get people to see what only God gave us eyes to see. He has hidden so many things from the natural eye, and everybody cannot see it. That's why scripture says without vision people perish. Think about that. Without vision, it didn't say you don't do so well, or you're not going to things are not going to be so good. Perish is a strong word. Without vision people perish. So with you having the vision and they don't see your vision, can you imagine how frustrating that is to them? Can you imagine how frustrating that is to people who love you and care about you, and they can't see what you see, and they see, if they can't see what you see, they see your actions as something weird. You're doing something weird and strange. What is she doing? Why is she walking that way and not this way? Why isn't she coming to our events? Why isn't she answering her phone? Or why every time she comes around she has to leave? You know, they look at you as doing these weird things because you're responding to something that you see, and they're responding to something that they can't see. So it's going to cause a separation. See, creating your idea and your dream and vision, and being willing to accept the calling on your life is not for weak people. You have to have courage and confidence. That's why scripture says, be strong and courageous, for I am with you everywhere you go. It takes strength and courage to create something never done before. I don't care whether you're breaking generational patterns or curses, or you just got an idea and you want to do something new, or you want to change something in your life. I don't care what it is. It takes courage, it takes focus, and it takes mental tools, because if the people around you don't see what you see, where are you getting your support? Back to you, Tichet.
Yes, absolutely. Now, once you see what you see, now you have to trust what you see despite not having that support. But we know trusting is not always easy. Being a, like you just said, having vision, having the courage to focus till you manifest, being a groundbreaker is not for the weak. It's not for the faint of heart. You are really carving out a whole new path, more like creating a whole new world, really, which everyone will benefit from it. You know, all the people will benefit from it, those that are with you and those that you'll discover along the way, because you do become different and you attract different as you go along the way. So when it comes to trusting, how is it not easy? Why is trusting the vision so hard when it comes time to step forward? And how do you get secured in that trusting?
You know, I look at that in a couple of ways. When I hear the word trusting, the first thing that I do when I think about trusting, especially launching out into the deep, especially because, you know, the ideas that I that come to my mind, the things that I desire to create for my life aren't common things. So when it comes down to trusting, the first thing I think about um, is God going to have my back in this? You know, we think about that. Am I going to have full support? Am I going to be out here on a limb? You know, when Peter got out of the boat, he said, Lord, if it's you, you know, bid me to come. He wanted to know if this dream is you, if this unction that you've given me to walk on water is you, tell me to come. You know, help me. You know, what if I sink? Are you going to be there? So that's one level of trusting. Another level of trusting is trusting that what I currently know is not what's going to create the success for me. It's what I don't know that's going to create the success for me, because on the other side of me accomplishing this goal, there are resources there that I haven't even considered. That's why scripture says again, eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard, it hasn't even entered into your heart the things that God has in store for you. So how can I trust, how can I use where I currently am, trusting that more than trusting the unknown, which is so much greater for me? So I have to sit with this trusting, and I have to get crystal clear on it, because if I take the leap and I don't trust, it could be devastating. If I take the leap and I don't fully believe, it could be devastating. It's a different energy or a different posture that I take when I take the leap in an energy of trusting, because I understand that when I take the leap, no matter where I land, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. But if I take the leap and I'm not trusting, or I'm doubting, or I think something weird or crazy or bad is going to happen, I can be actually attracting that devastation into my experience. I can be sending signals and messages that I want that to happen, you know? So when it comes down to trusting, I not only have to trust God or trust life or the experience. I have to trust myself. Trusting myself is a big thing because sometimes you can experience things and they don't turn out so favorable and you lose trust in yourself. You say, you know what, I don't even trust myself to make another decision because the last decision I made, I had my heart in it. It didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. It didn't turn out the way I expected it to. So I believe that trust in us has to heal. We have to heal the trust in ourselves so that we can trust God and others. If we don't trust ourselves, it's almost impossible to trust God. We don't trust ourselves, someone that we see. How can we trust God, someone that we don't see? And we definitely are going to struggle with trusting others. So trust is like a broad spectrum, but you can get crystal clear on an aspect of trust enough to support you in taking that leap, support you in going in that direction. Trust is a beautiful thing. And if you don't know the value of trust, think about the times where you were in situations that you could not trust. And now you understand the value of trust. We used to play this game when we were kids. We would stand and my siblings would get behind me and they would say, just fall back, just fall back. And I'm telling you, they played so much. They played so many jokes and always, I didn't trust them not to let me hit the floor. They were supposed to catch me. They were when I go back, and the thing about it, they would catch you, but they would wait till you almost hit the floor and your feet start backing up to try and catch yourself before they caught you. They tried to make you feel like they weren't going to catch you, to get that fear factor going, right? But that's the kind of trust that we have to have when we're creating our dream and taking the leap and carving a new path and doing that new thing. We have to trust that if we fall, we're going to be caught. And it's not easy to trust in that manner, something that you can't see, but it is truly worth it. Back to you, Tichet.
It is worth it. And when you get to the point where you're trusting in the unknown, you open a door to a whole new world. Endless possibilities, so many things new to discover, a lot of new things that come to the light. You open the door to a whole new world because you have all of this stuff to gain. When you start trusting yourself, you're trusting in the growth process, you're trusting in the change, and you discovering more and more about yourself and then trusting in that. You got the whole world at your fingertips. Do you understand how big that is? It's like lessons, and lessons don't always come with pain. So there's some lessons you're going to learn with joy. There's some wisdom you get with experience. So when you trust yourself out here, you get to experience the truth of you. And that is, as you go forward, you discover that you are endless, that you are unlimited, you are unstoppable. So when you discover who you are, Dr. Toni, and you're on this world and you feel alone, and you're telling yourself to trust, believe in the vision, hold on to the vision, what do you feel like is the most important thing to remove the blockages? Because groundbreakers, we come upon things that we think are stop signs, but it's just little speed bumps. It's just things that you're already equipped to conquer. What do you hold on to in order for you to remove these blockages and allow yourself the freedom that you so wholeheartedly deserve? You're used to giving this to other people, but when it comes to yourself, it's hard.
Yes. So that's a good question, Tichet, because one of the things that comes to mind when you're asking me that is I say to myself, not do this and do what? Not accomplish this and go back to what? And settle for what? What am I, who am I if I don't accomplish this? Or where am I? Or what kind of experience am I forfeiting if I let this go? What kind of experience am I falling back to? how will I live now if I don't accomplish that? That's why you got to get crystal clear as to why you want to accomplish this dream idea or this change or transformation in your life. These are the foundational things to, to put in place, to have in place that fortify and strengthen and anchor the dream, because you're going to encounter turbulence on the journey. And I mean, think about this. Let's say you have a wagon and you have your precious valuables in this wagon. And I don't mean like a big wagon. I mean, think about those little red wagons we used to drag along behind us when we were kids. And you put your little jewelry in there, and you have your best shoes in there, and you have your little suitcase in there, and all your precious things your grandparents gave you in there. And you just put them in there. They're not secured, they're not strapped down, they're not locked down, and you're just, journeying along the way, and you hit a crack on the sidewalk, and the wagon jumps up, and your grandfather's watch falls out. You're losing your gems and your jewels along the way because you didn't anchor them, you didn't secure them. So you have to secure the dream before you begin to pursue the dream. You have to secure your why, secure your decision, so while you're journeying along the way, your decision doesn't jump out of the wagon, it doesn't fall out of the wagon. And now you're indecisive and you're not sure why you started anyway, and you're talking yourself into and out of the dream. These things have to be in place before you begin to take action on the dream. You have to fortify the dream. One of the things, like I said a minute ago, the question that I ask myself when I feel like, when I feel the resistance to going forward, if I don't pursue this, see, this is why your dream have to be big. It has to be that big. If I don't pursue this, then do what? It has to be so big that your identity is tied into it. So if I no longer conquer this, who am I? Think about that. It has to be that big, because if it's not that big, then you can say, you know what, if this deal don't work, I can go over here and do this deal. Then maybe you shouldn't have been pursuing that in the beginning. If it's that easy to shift and change the dream, then maybe that dream wasn't the one you were supposed to be pursuing anyway. You want to pursue a dream that it's a now or never. It's a plan A and there's no plan B. That's the kind of dream you want to pursue, because like you said, Tichet, when you're pursuing that kind of dream, there are no distractions. Obstacles aren't considered. Challenges become opportunities. You think about that. Everything has a new definition and a meaning now, because your mind is locked in and your focus is crystal clear, and you have laser focus on that dream. And no matter what happens, this dream is going to happen. No matter what happens, I am going to accomplish this. No matter what happens, I am carving a new generational path. No matter what happens, I am creating a new pattern. I am becoming new. I am shifting my identity. I am transforming this thing in my bloodline. No matter what happens, I am going to finish. I am going to finish writing this book. Think about that. So when you have that kind of mindset, obstacles, challenges, distractions, frustration, disappointments, they lose their effect on you. They lose their power. They lose their stopping power. They may come, they may introduce themselves to you, but they cannot stop the dream. Back to you, Tichet, because it's fortified.
Because it's fortified. We have a show called Fortified to Endure.
Yes.
And I hope you all will go and check that out, because of course we have some wonderful tools and things that we give on that one. Some gems you can take along your way. I want to talk about the new attractive thinkers that are tuning in for the first time, that are new to Beyond the Break, new to this journey. They know that they are called to be a trailblazer. They know they can't get comfortable where they are. They have vision, but they're not sure how to turn that vision into power. They're not sure how to accomplish that vision. So when you're on a new journey, when you understand that you're a trailblazer, what things do you have to have? Like a supplement, like a spiritual mental wisdom supplement. On a new journey, what do you have to have in your little backpack as you are collecting things and discovering yourself along the way? What do you have to have with you and take with you when you say, we are taking the gems and journey along our way? What gems and journey is the most important to carry with that?
I like that. An attractive thinker supplement. What type of supplements do you have to have in your backpack, in your attractive thinker backpack while you're on your journey to accomplishing your dream? Number one, confidence. Secure your confidence and don't waver on it. Decide to have confidence and then let that be it. It's not an option to not be confident. Trusting, be open to the process and the journey. Trust that it's going to unfold as you go. That calls for a lot of trust, and you have to anchor it and secure it, and you set it and forget it. You say, okay, I just trust, I trust, I trust. And be open, because God is speaking to you along the way. Be open, paying attention to your life, to your experiences, how you feel, your thoughts, your actions, the people that come into your experience, and the opportunities that present themselves to you. Your mental breakfast, that's the first thing we have in the morning as attractive thinkers. Our mental breakfast. We have to dress our mind. Affirm yourself. Don't wait for people to affirm you. Affirm yourself, attractive thinker, because there's power in it. You are empowering your own self. And that's the best type of empowering that you can ever experience in your life. The Spirit of God in you begins to speak to you, through you, and to you, to fortify your spirit, light your fire, empower you, cause you to stand up in your power and know that you are able to do this. Know that you have everything that you need to do this, and the other things that you're going to encounter, you will encounter them along the way. You will receive help along the way. So in your attractive thinker backpack, you want to make sure you have things in there that are lasting. When we send our kids away on vacation or retreats or overnight at a friend's house or whatever, you put pajamas and slippers, little snacks, a washcloth, some soap, toothbrush, toothpaste, those types of things. But attractive thinkers put mental tools in their backpack. We put things in there that light our fire, that keep us built up. An affirmation CD, some of your favorite songs, put them in your backpack because you're going to need them. Some favorite quotes that you've collected along the way, put them in your backpack. So when you get discouraged, your backpack is a powerful resource. It's like slipping your hand into a magic bowl and pulling out something that you can use. You don't know what you're going to pull out. You pull out this quote and then you realize it's appropriate for right where you are. You have a powerful backpack. It's full of power. It energizes you. It feeds you. It fuels you. It keeps you alive because you have some work set out to do that only you can do. So you have to keep yourself. You have to become your number one priority. Extreme self-care. Extreme self-care. Put products and mental tools in your backpack that keep you at your best. You can't depend on other people to make you feel good. What can you put in your backpack to keep you feeling good? Because it's when you feel good that you're in your highest power. Back to you, Tichet.
That is so true. When you feel good, it causes you to vibrate higher. And like I said last week, when you vibrate higher, you sweat out the energy, a positive energy. So what you sweat out, meaning all that positive energy is coming out of your pores into the world, and that this is how you're reaping what you're sowing, because you're putting out and then you're reaping that energy that you just put out. So it is so powerful to understand the laws of sowing and reaping, because a lot of time for attractive thinker, we don't recognize that this is our harvest season. And so if you don't recognize this is our harvest season, I'm here to congratulate you and tell you it's time. It's time for you to reap your harvest. All the seeds you have been sowing is harvesting now. It's time to collect all that you have been putting out into this atmosphere, which means everything you have done has not been for nil. It has not been in vain. And it is now your time to live and shine and move the way you expected of others. It's now your time to be supported, to have somebody to help you with your vision. Those days of being alone is over. Those days of doing everything on yourself is over. It's time for you guys to have a team. It's time for you to have help building your vision so you don't have to always build alone. When you shift along the way, you meet new people who has tools of their own that can help you go further in your life and in theirs, because it's rewarding on double ends. It serves you and it serves them. Their tools serve them and it serves you. So we are growing. We are discovering new lives, new people, new words, new vision, new wisdom. And if you feel like you're in a cycle, I would suggest you go to theattractivethinker.guru, the break the cycle specialist, so that she can help you break free so you can live a life of fulfillment. You do not have to live that life of mundane routine living. You do not have to try to fit into a triangle when you are a circle. Dr. Toni, I want to ask you one more question. I want to ask you about the power of visualization, the power of clarity, and the power of unity.
Awesome. Tichet, when it comes down to visualization, see, that's the difference between sight and vision. I want you to understand, attractive thinker, that the entire world that you see, this physical world that you see, the spiritual world is just as real. And in your mind's eye, you can see details, you can see images, you can see color, you can feel things and sense things and smell things, and you can, hear things. I want you to understand that that's real. When you close your eyes and you envision yourself in a setting, that's a real thing. Thoughts are things. Just like your phone is a thing, a thought is a thing. It's a real thing. So when you're thinking thoughts, your thoughts trigger a feeling. It's impossible to think a thought and not feel the feeling. If I tell you to think about the happiest moment of your life, you're going to think the thought, and you're going to also feel the feeling. A smile might come upon your face, and you might have a sigh, a joyful sigh, like, wow, yeah, that was nice. Yeah, I remember that. That was the bomb.com. That was an awesome time in my life. Or if I asked you to think about a time in your life whereas it just, you were kind of sad or frustrated, or things didn't work out, and automatically you begin to feel that, and you don't want to feel that anymore. It's like, yeah, well, I'm glad that's over, or yeah, that was one of the most trying times of my life. Thoughts come with feelings. So visualization allows us to see a whole new world that hasn't even been created yet. It's in the unseen, because everything that we currently see was in somebody's thought. It was in somebody's mind. It was in somebody's visualization, Tichet. They visualized it. And that's why we're able to experience the manifestation of it. We're holding the cell phone in our hand. We have the belt in the loops on our pants. We have the necklace around our neck. We're able to experience a visualization that they had. So that's how real a visualization is. And when you sit down with your dream and you begin to visualize all of the details of it, I want you to understand every detail matters. I recall reading articles about Walt Disney, and I believe during the ribbon cutting ceremony, or when they opened up the park or whatever, someone said to his wife, wow, because he passed before the park was even open. They said to his wife, wow, I really wish he was here to see this. She said, he saw it before you did. He saw it before you did. Every color, every detail. He saw the little characters walking throughout the crowd, taking pictures with the little children. He saw the little Mickey Mouse house. He saw the figment of your imagination, all the little rides. He saw the colors, the curves, the tops of the shapes of the buildings. He saw it all before you did. I want you, that's the power of visualization. You get to see all the details. And then don't just look at the details in the visualization. Make sure you're in the picture. Make sure you're in the picture. You're not just going throughout your visualization, going throughout the rooms in your new house, or the area in your new neighborhood, or how your book looks, or what it feels like to have the book signing. Make sure you're sitting at the table signing the books. Make sure you're on the stage speaking or singing or, painting or acting or whatever it might be. That's the power of visualization, because as soon as you begin to think it, remember I said the thought brings on these feelings and emotions, and now you're sending signals out into the world to bring this to bring this visualization into full manifestation in your life. Thoughts are things, and visualization is a real thing. When you have clarity, you can move quicker to take action, and you can, see the result, see the resources that are available more clearly. But when you're pursuing your dream in a foggy and not clear, I don't know if I really want to pursue this or not, or maybe I should go left instead of right, or maybe I should partner with this person instead of that person. You're not really clear. You're moving in a fog, and when you move in a fog, you don't move as fast as you would if it was clarity there. When you're driving along the highway and it's foggy, you're driving slow, you have to pull back. You have to slow down. The visibility isn't good. You can't really see the car in front of you too good. You see the little red lights on the car. So that means you can't drive as fast. And sometimes if the fog is so thick, you have to pull over on the side of the road. You don't want to have to pull over on the side of the road in your life because you're driving in a fog. Get clear first so you can keep your pace and keep your speed. And when it comes down to unity, Tichet, the attractive thinker community is there to support people like us, visionaries, risk takers, people who don't settle for less, people who are irritated with mediocrity, can't do average, aren't wired for surface living, people who have these big dreams and can't find big thinkers to share the dream with. Can't find a big mind to share the dream with. People who have all of this energy inside and nowhere to express it. This is why the attractive thinker community exists, because we have a place, an environment. We've created an environment where your dreams can grow, where your wild thoughts don't seem too wild and crazy to us. You get support with those ideas, and before you know it, they're manifested. Those thoughts become things in your life. So it's very important to have community so that you're not struggling by yourself. I know what it's like to struggle with your dream by yourself, to struggle with your own greatness. You're great, and you're not around people that have stepped into their greatness. So it's easier to dumb your greatness down, dumb your dream down, just to fit into dumb conversations that aren't going anywhere, mindless conversations that aren't going anywhere. They can't feed you or fuel you. You need community. You need to be around people that are wired like you're wired and that are going in the direction that you're going in. You can give birth to your dreams so much easier. And the question is, how many dream babies can you birth when you're around the right people in the right environment? There's no hesitation or distractions, like Tichet said, or obstacles that hold you back. We have obstacles, but attractive thinkers overcome them. We don't allow them to stop us, because we know that nobody can fulfill our calling but us. Attractive thinkers, I trust that you have really captured some gems from this time that we've shared together today in your attractive thinker notebook. I want you to review those gems. Sit with yourself and get crystal clear on your dream and your vision, and fortify it, strap it down in the wagon, anchor it, secure it. So when you hit the turbulence and the cracks in the sidewalk, and you're going up the mountain, and you're going across the driveway with all the rocks, going after your dream, that your treasure, your dream, your ideas, and your creativity don't fall out of the wagon. I want you to think about that. So when you get to where you're going, and you go back and you look at the wagon, everything's intact. Everything made the journey with you. I want you to think about that, because your dreams matter. They're important. And you are all that you have. So make yourself a priority, and you will all get there together, you and your dream. Dr. Toni Hatton here. We trust that you have had a fantastic and amazing time with us today, just like we have with you. As an identity coach and a get to the root specialist, I want to offer you an opportunity for a clarity session. This is a great opportunity to have a clarity session to get crystal clear on your dream. Visit www.clarity.theattractivethinker.guru and book your clarity session today so that you can continue to move forward in your life. Tichet, tell our audience how they can get in touch with you, the visual encourager.
Absolutely. You can find me on my website at www.visualencouragement.com. We provide mental support for movers and shakers, groundbreakers, trailblazers, pathfinders, people who desire to move mountains but need help lifting the heaviness so that they can create a new vision for themselves. Go to my contact us page, put in your information. Let me know how I can uplift you, enlighten you, and encourage you so you can live a life of fulfillment beyond the break. Again, www.visualencouragement.com.
Our life's work, that's always to make your life better. Remember, it is not what you're going through, it's how you're doing it. Think attractively, and we'll see you soon.